Hello students, welcome at Educare. This is Vinod Bihani and we will see today in this chemistry session about conductors and insulators. This part is important for the elements when they are used as conductors. We already know generally that in the electric conduction we are using aluminum and copper. Aluminum wire, copper wire or there in different format that we are using as conductors. Today we will see what is the main purpose of this conductor used and why they are used, what are the properties of those conductors. So conduction of heat and electricity, that is the metallic property we know, and the conductors are due to the free electrons. Now when you call free electrons, their ionization enthalpy is low. We know why metals are good conductors, because their ionization enthalpy is low and those electrons available easily for the conduction of heat and electricity, they are known as free electrons. Now how to understand this free electron? We take example of element sodium. Do you know sodium has atomic number 11 and its configuration for 11 is such 281. This 2,8, the inner shell electrons are closely packed in the atom, they are bonded in atom, they have more force of attraction towards nucleus, but this outermost one electron, that is free electron, can be easily donated for the current and heat conduction. Therefore such one electron per atom, there are millions of atoms in the even small piece or the small wire of sodium or such any metal, and then there will be such millions of free electrons available, that generally called as metallic bond concept, and such electron, that is the electron C, that called as. Okay, then it is forget about the all that complication part. To understand in simple words, metals have free electrons to conduct the conduction for that heat and electricity. Now metallic conductors and ionic conductors, these two types of conductors. Metallic conductors, all those metals, just it is mentioned, they have free electrons to conduct the heat and electricity. But ionic conductors, they are electrolytes. Example, all acids, all bases, or even salt like sodium chloride, NaCl, in the aqueous state or molten state, they can conduct the current, and that is here the ionic conductors conduct the electricity by means of ions. Then it is the concept that called as valence band, conduction band, and between the valence band and conduction band there is a gap called as forbidden gap. Remember, in case of metals, this gap is very small. So even with small energy, these electrons can from valence band can go into the conduction band, and then they are available for the conduction of heat and electricity. Therefore, by band theory, the metals are good conductors. Now we come to the insulators. Before that, to know, conductors have high conductivity values. It is conductivity related there with the conductance values, and that conductors have high conductivity values. But insulators, they are also called bad conductors because they do not have free electrons or ions for the conduction, and therefore those bad conductors which are known as insulators, why they are bad conductors? Because they have high resistivity values. High resistivity values which not allowed to flow the current, and therefore they are bad conductors. At the last we will see about examples. Examples of conductors, all metals. Good examples are copper, iron, manganese, sodium, zinc, aluminium. But in practical life, aluminium and copper, they are used for the conductors. Now what about insulator example? Insulator example, best example, plastic, wood, rubber, they do not have free electrons to conduct electric current or heat, and that's why they are insulator. What are the in between conductor and bad conductor? They are called semiconductors, and about that we will see in next session, and that will be about semiconductor. If you like this video, share with your friend, maximum share, and also subscribe to our channel and also press the bell button icon to get our video notifications. Thanks.